All right. Welcome back to the ATP Finals. And it's day 4. We're starting to get a little bit of a shaper to see how things are going, who's going to make it through, who's not going to make it through. So far, we haven't had anyone 100% out yet. De Minaur's still a chance. He's just got to have a lot of good things happen, but he needs to probably needs Alcaraz to win pretty easily, and he also needs to win easily himself to give himself any sort of a chance. But this group, the Bjorn Borg group, we have Shelton and FAA, who both lost in their first match. Must-win match. They both lost in straight sets. So, must-win match, and they probably need to rely on Sinner. Well, actually, no. FAA needs to rely on Zverev to win, and Shelton needs... Actually, no. Yeah, Shelton needs Sinner to win, I think. Or the other way around. Other way around. So, yeah. So, let's see what happens. Before we get started, though, all week we're working with Trace. Don't forget to claim your prize today if you don't know what I'm talking about. Last year we worked with Trace with those posters, and every match had their own poster. I think this tournament, it's every day has a poster with the 2 different graphics kind of like molded together with the courts and stuff. That's what the collectible is. But not only that, but if you do go into the draw to win a sweepstake prize as well, if you do keep up to date with doing all the claiming every day. You don't have to claim every day to win a prize. You only have to claim one day and you can win. Go into the draw to win one of the prizes. The more days you are in, the more prizes you could potentially win. So click on the link. I'm going to go through. I haven't gone through mine yet. It's free, by the way. All you got to do is put it on an email and they'll set you up. But you get to this page. You go enter. Super easy. They've been doing it for a few tournaments already, so if you want to do it next year as well, stick around. There you go. You got 10 hours to complete today. All you got to do is
I'm a tennis fan, but I find ATP Finals unappealing.
All right, thank you. Yep. All you got to do is pick who you're going for. It doesn't matter if you get it right or wrong. It doesn't matter. It's not a prediction thing. If you don't get any of these, if your player loses every single one, doesn't matter. Sinner to beat Zverev, and I'm going to go Shelton to beat FAA, and then you got to hold, and it will confirm who you're going for, and there you go. Match day complete. And if you've done the last 4 days, today's the day 4 sweepstake entry is for an ATP Finals towel. So there's 10 of those available. But if you don't do it all day, every day, maybe you've done it like every second day, then you still go into the draw to win certain prizes. So if you only do 2 of the days for the entire tournament, you could win a signed tennis ball. So that's good. Taylor Fritz headband, Ben Shelton items. Like I said, I think the big one for me is the Sinner signed shirt. I think that's like the craziest one. So make sure you sign up today if you haven't already. All right. Shelton's walking out. And we are ready to go. Sorry, what was that? Skybrick, thank you for the $2. I'm a tennis fan. I find the ATP Finals unappealing. Okay? Why? What is the cause of your unappealment? Is there a reason? Or are you just like, meh, I'm not bothered? Why is Cam wearing a neck chain? Why is your name Sack Time? All right. Out comes Shelton. Did anyone see FA practice? He's half okay. He said in the press that he was okay, so I don't know. Doubles tournament has been a lot more interesting than the singles so far. I mean, yesterday was pretty interesting. We had 2 great matches yesterday. Doubles tournament's always going to be more interesting because of the format. Because doubles has that final set tiebreak, and it's a little and it's a lot more even, right? Bilali and Vavasori number 7 can win the whole thing. That's just the state of men's tennis right now, is that the number 1 and 2 have got a stranglehold on everything, and that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. This group is predictable. Sinner 1, Zverev 2. I don't know. I mean, if if Zverev wins today, that would be interesting. Because then it's all about... I mean, you're probably right that Sinner most likely wins, and Zverev beating Shelton probably decided who's going to come second. Okay. Where are you going? Where are you going? But I think it's more interesting. Like, tonight's match is going to be interesting because there's a big difference between finishing first and second. If Zverev beats Sinner, then we could get Sinner versus Alcaraz semi-final, which I think is way more interesting than a final. Because that way that we're going to get two good semi-finals, because the other semi-final will be between whoever's left. And I think it's going to be... If we get a Sinner semi, I think that's probably the best thing for the tournament. Sinner final is always great, but it just means that the semi-finals might not be as good, because if it's a Sinner final, going by their form, they shouldn't lose. It shouldn't be too tough in the semis. But Sinner semi-final would mean that the other semi-final, being whoever it is, could be very, very interesting. But we have to wait until that match comes up later. Alcaraz got the easiest draw. Felix would have defeated Alcaraz. Okay. If Zverev wins the group, he will probably play Fritz in the semis. That would be awesome for us as fans. That'd be a fun... Like, that'd be the great... Like, Sinner and Fritz... Sorry, Sinner, Fritz, Zverev would be a great lineup. 1 second, chat. Players on court warming up. All right. Players are back. Players on court. Don't want Carlos facing Sinner in the semis. He might lose his number one ranking year-end. Yeah, okay. Well, I do want that, so... 1 in the chat if you want Sinner semi-final, 2 in the chat if you want Sinner final. Let me know. I want to see what you guys feel, because I think Sinner semi-final is way better. Plus, world number one ranking possibly on the line if that in that matchup, if Alcaraz doesn't win tonight. Oh, sorry, tomorrow. Most likely, Alcaraz wins tomorrow. It doesn't matter who's number one. None. Well, that's not going to happen because they're definitely going to play ones. Unless Sinner completely falls off. Wow, a lot of people want Sinner final, but all of you are boring. God, boring. We've seen like 5 of those. Like, come on. You know okay, how about this? Sinner semi-final, but then Fritz versus Alcaraz rematch. Huh? Or Sinner versus Zverev rematch if tonight's a banger. To be honest, I wouldn't mind having an Alcaraz Sinner Zverev or a Fritz versus Sinner final. I want a Sinner semi though. I don't want a Sinner final. Do you still think Ben wins this? Yes. They want an FA Musetti final? Oh, all right. By the way, they still only played one time. It was on clay. And Alcaraz got the... sorry, not Alcaraz. FAA got the win. That was the final last year? Yeah, let's have it again. Let's have Alcaraz-Zverev final. How about that? Alcaraz-Zverev final. Especially if Zverev plays the way he did the other day. Alcaraz Zverev final would be amazing. If it's that as high a level as it was. If it's as high a level as Zverev was playing, it would be so good. Okay. They're warming up their last few serves, and then we will begin. Why is Djokovic not playing? Because he hurt his shoulder. I can do Alcaraz Zverev, but if Zverev plays like he did in Vienna, maybe, yeah. I mean, that I think not having a Sinkeraz final is we're going to get a Sinkeraz match either way, semi-final or final. I don't care. If the final is 5 sets, I'd say final, but it's not. The final is not 5 sets. I just saw the press conference of Dimonor. It was heartbreaking. Yep. Now you know why I was so upset about it too. Fucking sucks. Anyways, that was yesterday. Today's today. When was the last 5-set final? I think it was in 2007. I think, oh no, so 2008. No, 2007. No, 2007. See, I was right. 2007. I was right the first time. Federer beat Ferrer. 6-2, 6-3, 6-2. And Djokovic didn't win a match in the group stage. Even Gasquet beat Djokovic. In fact, Djokovic didn't even win a set in the group stage in 2007. But remember, that was Djokovic's debut. He, I think it was his first ATP Finals, and also he hadn't won a Grand Slam by that point. So, all right, chat. I'm going Shelton in 3. But who you got? Let me know who you got. Who have you got? All right, 15 love. As Shelton serves a fault, second serve. Cam outfit. What? I'm wearing this because I'm cold. And it's keeping me warm. You think Shelton in 3? What about his injury, though? What injury? Everybody's injured. I'm injured. You're injured. They're injured. 30 love. Serving to the corner, Felix. Felix hits it out. 40 love. Hey, Linda. Thank you for the 43 months. By the way, does Ben Shelton's dad get Coach of the Year? Or is he up there as Coach of the Year? He's got to be one of the... Because when I was putting together Most Improved, Shelton's on that list. No doubt. Like, you got to look at 12 months ago where Shelton was. He was on his way to becoming a top 10 guy. But like in the last 12 months, Shelton's now number 5 in the world, 1,000 title to his name, multiple, good runs at slams, right? His dad has to be one of the Coach of the Year. And Shelton has to be on the list of Most Improved, along with Bublik, probably Draper as well, right? At least that's how I would I'd put Shelton on that list because I'm a fan of his too, but also obviously, right? 40-15, Shelton holds, and it's 1 love. 1-0. Most improved City Pass. Just kidding. That's harsh. Jeez, drive by what the hell? You don't think Felix been doing excellent this year? He's improved? No. FAA can't be most improved. He's been in this place before. When I look at most improved, it's who's taken their game to another level, not who's gotten back to the level that they've been to before. Like most improved is someone who's taken their game to new heights where they've never been. FAA's been in the top 10. He's played the ATP Finals. He's done all that stuff. He's beat a semis of slams. he is not most improved because he's already been there. He just went back and he's come back. Now you can make it maybe comeback of the year, comeback player of the year, but he's not. FAA hasn't improved from that time in like 2022 when he made the semis and he, even 2021. He's still, I don't think he's not better. This is not the best he's ever been. It's equal to what he's been. Yeah, maybe comeback player of the year, maybe. I mean, usually I think it's comeback from injury, but maybe because this year we have no idea who's comeback player of the year, maybe it is FAA. But FAA coming back from like dropping down the rankings, that could be, but not most improved. He hasn't improved more than he's been here before. Like this is not new. Where Shelton, he's playing like a whole different league of tennis now than he ever has before. All right, 30 love. Yeah, he could be comeback player of the year. But I don't think he's most improved. I don't think he's eligible. If he was in the top 5 and he won a 1,000, maybe that. But I don't think FAA's... I don't think that he is eligible for most improved, right? Because he hasn't improved. He's just gone back to where he was. Like gotten back to the height of his peak. He's back to his peak. Or at least his peak ranking. And it's 40 love. Had he have won, maybe if he made a slam final or something, I would have had a thought. Yeah, Vachereau's in there for sure. Definitely Vachereau as well. Would I say he's most improved based on one tournament? No. But he definitely improved in the last month. Shelton's been improved all year, though. Like, that's the difference. It's like we're all still high off Shanghai, but Shelton's been, like, from the start to the end of the year, he's consistently been better, getting better and better, and his ranking shows that. I mean, Vachereau had a great month, So he should be on the list, but I don't know. But, Vachereau could have had a great tournament. That's it, right? We don't know what if it was an anomaly or if it's going to be his norm, right? But Shelton, he's been consistently, getting up here, and now he's into the ATP Finals. Yeah, Shelton started by getting the AO semis. Was good at Wimbledon. Was good at the French. Making clay, like he improved on clay, right? Clay court final of Munich was good. Obviously won a 1,000 title, which is huge. The injuries in the last couple of months have kind of hurt him, but qualified for the ATP Finals first time. I mean, this, and is number 5 in the world, right? I mean, that's someone who, just to give you some context, if I go and look at his ranking 12 months ago, Shelton 12 months ago, I think he was ranked like 15, right? So the end of last year, he was, he was 21 in the world last year, end of last year. He was 17 in the world and then 21 in the world through last year. Top 10 debut, all that, like this. I mean, Chad, I don't know why I'm selling you this. You should already be knowing this off your top of your head. This should be a no-brainer. It's Shelton is the answer. You could probably say Bublik, but I think Shelton, had Draper not have got injured and not have played the whole season, maybe I would have, maybe Draper, but I think Shelton has shown that he is most improved. But I'm going to let you guys vote for it anyway, but that's who I'm picking. Yeah, Shelton did one of the slams as well. Yeah, he just didn't do well at the US because he got injured. But he was surprised. I mean, he lost to Sinner, Alcaraz, Sinner at the 3 slams before the US. I mean, you lose to the guys who were in the finals? Okay. Did he lose to the eventual champion each of those slams too? I think he did, right? I'm pretty sure he lost to Sinner, Alcaraz, Sinner, right? And they went on to win the slam. So, I mean, he lost to the eventual champion. That's pretty crazy. 15-30 here. As the return goes in, the forehand of Shelton. Shelton comes in with the volley. FAA passing shot. Goes long. 30-all. 30-all. Musetti extremely improved also as well. Yeah, I mean, Musetti definitely has improved. Probably have him on as a nomination for most improved. Yeah, but he hasn't won a title this year, so it's hard to put him over Shelton. Shelton's won that big trophy. But yeah, Musetti's probably on the list. It'll probably go Musetti, Draper, Shelton, Bublik as the 4 most improved. Noticeably improved, right? They're probably the 4 guys. Menchik, maybe you can put Menchik on the list too, but again, Menchik is kind of like Vachereau, right? Tell me what did he do outside of Miami? The difference between him and Vachereau, though, is that Vachereau obviously came as a qualifier, but also Vachereau hasn't had time. We haven't had time to see what he can do. Whereas we've seen Menchik for like 8 months, and unfortunately, he hasn't been able to replicate that Miami run, right? Yet. He will. Menchik is scary. Gaboli as well. Yeah, well, we can't have 20 people. That's the problem. We can't have 20 people in most improved category because there's only going to be like 4 or 5 people nominated. There's been a lot of players that have improved this year. 2 on Shelton, by the way. I feel like Tien is Rookie of the Year. On the Rookie of the Year list. Because he didn't play... Like last year, unheard of. This year, broke out. Maybe we should change Rookie of the Year to like Breakout Star. Or like Breakout Player of the Year. Because anyone who's had like their first good season, doesn't matter if you're 25 or if you're 10. I don't know if you're 10, that would be wild. Imagine that. That'd be something like Rafa would do. Be a 10-year-old kicking everyone's ass. But yeah, I feel like we should do maybe instead of Rookie of the Year, we should do Breakout Player of the Year because Vachereau would be on that list, right? Yeah, Fonseca would be on that list. TM would be on that list, right? Rookie is a bad name. Call him Newcomer of the Year. But that's boring. Everybody, like the ATP use that Newcomer of the Year. We're going to call it Breakout Star of the Year because it's way cooler and a sexier name. And Rookie is a cool name too. But also, I don't think Vachereau can be called a rookie because people will cry. If I call him a rookie, but he's not a rookie, he's old. All right. But Newcomer of the Year is like boring. We need better names. 2-1. Yeah, Menchik will be on the list. Yeah, breakout player. Don't worry, it's a work in progress. We'll get a better name. 15 Love? Just call it the Rookie of the Year. Yeah. Rookie of the Year is so American. Tennis is global. 15 Love? Young Bull of the Year. We'll get there. Most improved? No, we've got most improved already. In WTA, it's obviously going to be on Boko. Yeah. 30 Love? As we return now to the forehand of FAA. Slice from Shelton as Felix hits it long on the forehand. It's 30-15. Anyways, we'll talk about this all when we do these awards in a few weeks. Yeah, Mboko is definitely the going to win that award. 30-15. All right, forehand now to the back to the forehand of Shelton as FAA goes to the backhand of Shelton to the forehand of FAA. Shelton backhand. Nope, FAA hit it out 30-all. Now Andreeva's not on that list because Andreeva's more. She won last year. Andreeva's been. That's why rookie is a tough to. Doing Rookie of the Year is hard because then you imply, oh well, it's a young player, right? And you go, yeah, but Andreeva's been playing for 2 seasons, so you can't really call her a rookie because it's not her first year. So we might just do you know what? We might do 3 different categories. I've got a better idea. I was going to find out from Felix, backing out from Shelton, and then volley in the net by Felix. And it's 30-40. I've got a better idea. Let's do 3 different brackets. The best player under 22, right? Or best 21 and under, best player over 30, and then we'll do the best player in their 20s, right? Could we do that? Or maybe we could do 4 categories, maybe. And maybe do it by age. And we'll break it up by age. As Shelton gets the break, that goes long by Felix. And then we'll do it like a player of the year, like an overall. All right. It's a work in progress. We'll figure it out. Is the Ella most improved because Mboko already winning? But Mboko... Well, that's the thing. I don't put Mboko as most improved. I put Mboko as rookie of the year, right? Rising star? Yeah, maybe rising star sounds good. Maybe we'll do that is a much better name. Just go right. Let's just call them the rising star, because you could be 30. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be 19 to be a rising star. You could be 25. So yeah, rising star might actually be the best name for it. Newcomer of the year is boring. Chat, we're not boring. I'm not boring. You need to also not be boring. 15 love. Newcomer of the year is a snoozy name. It's boring. You won newcomer of the year. Yay. Nobody wants to walk around calling themselves that. But I'm the rising star. It's ooh. That sounds fancy. Rising star. That's something that you'd be proud of to call yourself. Nobody's walking around saying, yeah, I'm newcomer of the year. It's okay. Rising star is that sounds glamorous. All right, 30 love. We're going to do that. We'll call it rising star. Easy. All right, 40 love. Shelton is cruising, by the way. All right, 40 love. As we return into the forehand of Shelton, backing out from FAA in the net, and it's 4-1 Shelton. By the way, we're going to make an exception for Vachereau. That rising star he's going to be part of that, because he is a rising star that before this, 2 months ago, nobody knew who he was. So rising star, he is part of it. He's either going to be most improved or rising star, but I don't think he should be. I think it's not fair to put him in most improved, because he's going to be going up against guys who have improved greatly. And I don't think it's fair to put him amongst the most improved, because you're going to put him up against Draper and Shelton and Bublik, and I don't think that's fair. I think he deserves a better, he's 26, he can't be a rising star. This is the Tennis Talk Awards. I'm making up the rules, and we can call him a rising star. I don't think there is a rule to say you can't call someone a rising star unless they're 22 or under. I think you could recognize somebody who has started, it's not, up and coming, here we go, trailblazer, up and comer, or achiever. That is what it is synonymous about. A person or thing that is rapidly gaining popularity or success, a recognition in their field, and is expected to become very successful. We can call Vachereau a rising star. There's no age limit. Fixer Felix. Oh, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. I put money on Felix and he's losing, so it's not my fault. It's his fault. Boo-hoo. All right. 4-1. Eala is a rising star, for sure. Eala, Mboko, Joint, Jovic, right? And then on the men's side, Tien, Menchik, Fonseca, and Vachereau. That feels like a good list. 15 love. As Felix serves again. Yeah, I think on Boko, she won a 1,000. And who she beat as well, I think that, elevates her, significantly over everybody else. I don't think it's even going to be it's not even a question, right? Mboko is going to be the rising star, easily. She's been, that 1,000, but then then she won another title at the end of the year. She's beaten so many. Joint doesn't have the top 10 wins. That's the problem. Eala does, but she doesn't have the titles. Whereas Mboko has both. Back end of the net by Felix, 30-15. Recipients of the Tennis Talk Award deserve badges for us to see during next season. Badges for us to see during next season. What do you mean, badges for us to see? What does that mean? All right, 30-15. As the return goes into the forehand of Felix. Felix puts away the winner. 40-15. All right, 40-15. Next to their names. Yeah, but I don't want to make it too confusing for people that don't know what that is. I think it's a good idea for people who know, but I feel like it'd be a little confusing. Felix holds 4-2. What do I want for Christmas? I want my heater to work and my air conditioner to work. That'd be lovely. Yeah. No, Jermaine, I like that idea, but it's also, I remember we had the badges a couple of last year, and it was really, people were like, what is this? It just gets a little too confusing to explain it all the time to people that aren't here enough, All right, 15 love. Youngest player to ever win a slam. I think Tracy Austin won the US Open at 15, I think that's it. I think she is the answer, maybe. As Shelton hits in the net, 15-0. Do players get told of their awards from this channel? Yeah. So after the stream, I usually call Rafa, and I ask him if he can call Roger to spread the word, and then they tell all the players because they have connections. 30-15. As Shelton off to a great start. Felix is moving okay, by the way. Anyone who's wondering about his leg, he's not got any strapping on his leg, and he is moving fine. He's just getting beaten by Shelton, who Shelton hits longs on the slice, and it's 30-0. As we're back in from Felix in the net, 40-30. Chang on the men's side was the youngest. No, I think it was Becker. I think Becker winning at 16 in Wimbledon. I think that was the youngest men's champion. As the backhand return goes in the forehand of Shelton. That's a beautiful shot. Shelton 5-2. Yeah, Boris Becker was 17. Yeah. I need a new Pokemon game for the holidays. Yeah, Leon. I feel like the AZ Legends just completely died. It was good for 2 days, then everyone was like, I don't like it. Is it? I haven't played it. Yeah, Deb, I don't know Rafa. How old was Rafa at 2005 Roland Garros? He was 18. The hype died quickly, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting through Pokemon trading card game, and then I'm going to start playing something. It just sucks because all the cartridges for Pokemon Emerald and stuff and Sapphire are like $250, and I'm like, I don't want to spend that much on one singular game. So the mechanics are old. Yeah, I heard that. Pokemon trading card game is fire. Yeah, I've only got to get one more badge, and then I can go and fight everybody. Yeah, prices are so high on cartridges at the moment. But I've got plenty of other games to play. Like Mario Golf. Or, yeah. All right. Shelton. He is leading 5-2. Never played Mario Golf, and I haven't either. I bought it the other day. I bought it as part of my collection. I wasn't really like planning on playing it so much, but I just wanted to add it to my collection. Is there going to be a category of mod of the year? No. Sorry, Deb. All right, 15 love. Served on the tee is an ace. I don't want you and Nightbot to fight each other. I don't want you to get I don't want Nightbot to get upset. Yeah. All right, 15 love. Last thing I need is an AI after me. As that backhand goes in the net, and it's 30 love. It's the last thing I need. Not now. I mean, I wait 5 years when it starts to become sentient. But for now, I don't really want Nightbot to get on my back again. Don't need that. Yeah. Played Mario Tennis through the years. Yeah, I've got Mario Tennis. 30 love. Serve FAA into the back end of Shelton, but it's a let. What did I have for dinner? Nothing. I haven't eaten. As we got a fault, second serve. Second serve. Serving to the point of Shelton. Shelton in the net. 40 love. As a return. Goes out. Felix holds 5-3. All right, 5-3 Shelton. Five, 3. Shelton serve for the set. First serve was a fault, second serve. You can watch this on Tennis TV. As a return, goes in the front of Shelton. Shelton hits a wide, love 15. You can watch this on Tennis TV. That is the best place to watch the tennis all year round. Anywhere in the world. It's available everywhere. In over 200 countries, I'm told. As with a forehand to the backhand of Shelton. Forehand now from Felix. Nope, Shelton hit a wide. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. The slams are not on Tennis TV. Correct, because the slams are not run by the ATP. But everything else is on Tennis TV. There's a bit of fault, second serve. There's a bit of serve and volley from Shelton, but the volley goes wide, love 40. Tennis TV is 50% off right now. There you go. No better time to get it now for the rest of the week. For free? Look, nothing worth having in life is free. Is that the saying? I don't know. It's 50% off for the season. Ooh, nice. All right, love 40. Oh, until the end of this season. Well, it's almost the end of the season, so get it now. Volley from Shelton into the backhand of Felix. Felix hits a long, and it's 15-40. $15.40. $15.40. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Serve and volley from Shelton. And the backhand from FAA down the line's a winner. There's the break back. 5-4. Shelton leads, but Felix gets the break back. Pardon me. And this is what happens with Shelton, unfortunately. Unfortunately, this happens. That he does have a... I mean, it was kind of like Fritz yesterday against... what's his name? You know, the guy that's number one, the good guy? Alcaraz. There was those two sloppy games where it was like love 40 for no reason. And Shelton does have that as well a little bit. He does, you know, just kind of drop his level. And he can't afford to do that in this tournament. You can do that against, you know, qualifiers in the first rounds of tournaments, but not here. You have one bad game. These guys are the best players in the world. They're going to break back. All right. And Shelton's racket bouncing all over the place too. So yeah, Shelton just got a code violation for unsportsmanlike conduct for bouncing his racket across the court. Did it actually hit somebody, or was it just like, did he break? He might have broken his racket. Maybe that's why. Why does Shelton get a warning?
Because he bounced his racket on the ground and he got a warning because it was unsportsmanlike.
And it's Fergus Murphy in the chair. He loves to enforce the rules. He is a stickler for the rules. Hall monitor energy. Like he is like, excuse me, sir, that is not allowed. How dare you bounce your racket backwards? The clock also says 0. You can have a time violation as well. He's definitely got like principal energy. Definitely has like principal energy. Like, you know, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like, you know, like you know, the principal at Marty McFly's high school when he's like, "You're a slacker. You're a slacker, McFly." That's Fergus Murphy right there. You're a slacker, Shelton. Get to class. Like, he has got that vibe. He'd be a great principal. Maybe he was. I don't know. Maybe in a former life he was a school teacher. Definitely has got the vibes of somebody who would work at a school. 15 love. As Felix serves again. But yeah, I don't know why. I'm assuming that Shelton got the code violation because it bounced and nearly hit somebody. But I don't think... I mean, he didn't break his racket, so yeah. I guess you're not allowed to, like, let go of your racket anymore. Double fault Felix, 15-0. Why do they have rules if they don't enforce them? You sound fun. 15-0. As FAA serves. A let. As we serve again. Ace down the tee. 30-15. Four aces for... No aces for Shelton. Interesting. 4 for Felix. That is interesting. Felix's leg is fine. As the return goes back into Felix, forward for Shelton. Into the back of Felix is Shelton. Backhand down the line's a winner. All right, 30-0. Hey, thank you, Bet Monster, for the 5. Gifted. Appreciate that. Thank you for gifting to all the people that got the gifted. Beautiful backhand winner. Thank you, though, for the 5 gifted. We're almost at 900 members. All right, 30-0. Top moment of the season this season. Probably French Open final. As that goes out by Felix, we got a set point, 30-40. 30-40. Is that a Halloween Christmas tree? It is. It is a Halloween Christmas tree. I put it up after Halloween, but it's too early for Christmas, so I'm kind of just like making it up as I go. Just so then, like, if anyone comes in, they're like, Halloween's over, but I'm like, but it's for Christmas. So it's like, it's kind of covering all bases. 30-40. As a return goes into the forehand of Felix, into the backhand of Shelton. Felix forehand to the forehand of Shelton. Into the forehand of Felix. Shelton forehand down the line. Beautiful shot. Felix in the net. Shelton gets the set anyway, even though he almost stuffed it up, and he shakes his head like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have held serve. But he gets it anyway. First set in the bag, 6-4. By the way, FAA's leg is fine. It doesn't look bad at all. His leg doesn't look... Don't be like, oh, but it's because of the leg. There's nothing wrong with the leg. He's fine. Shelton just is better at this point. Christmas decorating can start now. Christmas decorating started 4 weeks ago. All right? Again, I don't think there's rules around Christmas. You can literally have your tree up all year round if you want. Make your house a winter wonderland all year round. That would be... Oh, we need a Christmas sponsor. That's what we need. I need a Christmas sponsor. All right. Christmas decorations already up. There you go. First set, by the way, Shelton did not serve that well. Well, not as good as he should. He served no aces, which is super weird. Is there any chance that Ben could qualify? Yes. So, I'll tell you what the... we can do a little bit of the math. So, if Shelton wins this one, and Sinner beats Zverev, and then FAA beats Zverev, then Shelton could get in, kind of like Demonor, right? Shelton could get in with one win, 2 losses. Now, if Shelton wants to qualify on his own, he has to beat FAA and Sinner and hope that Zverev loses to Sinner. So, because then it'll be kind of a tie, and then it will kind of go back on countback. And it's also, so the problem we have is, and it kind of comes back to day one, right? If he had not lost, if he'd beaten Zverev, then he would have been in a much better position. Like that Zverev match is such a like it's the first match of the tournament, but then it's also been like such an important match in retrospect, especially if Sinner beats Zverev tonight, because then Shelton now has to play Sinner, right? And assuming that he wins this, he will then have to, it might be a must-win match against Sinner to qualify, whereas the Zverev match was the one that, like the tiebreaker kind of thing, you know? So yeah, it's a bit of a shame that, that, you know, the Zverev match wasn't like the last match for Shelton, and that he's going to have to probably beat Sinner to qualify. But again, if he does win this match in straight sets, at least he puts himself in a good spot, and then hope that Zverev beats Sinner, because if Zverev can qualify to make the group, so if Zverev beats Sinner and Shelton beats FAA, it'll come down to whoever wins out of Shelton and Sinner, right? Because Zverev would already have qualified. So maybe he wants Sinner to win tonight in straight sets, so then he can be equal with Zverev, I guess, and maybe Felix. I don't know, but it's not good for, like, losing to Zverev was not good for Shelton. That kind of, if he had beaten Zverev and lost this match, maybe it would have put him in a better position. Maybe, I don't know. Probably, maybe not. Either way, winning this match helps. All right. There's a bit of volley from Shelton into the forehand of Felix. Felix is the winner, 40-15. 40-15. Does the number of sets matter? It only matters when if three players are tied with win and loss. So yeah, so if you win in straight sets, it's only going to help. It can only help. It's not a guarantee that you get through, but if you do win your matches easier, then if it goes on a countback, then then you're in a good position. All right, Shelton holds, 1-love. All right. Cool. All right. Back to Felix. And again, chat, we've got like so much time till Zverev and Sinner. Chad, do you like this schedule? Do you like the schedule the way it has been? Or are you like me and kind of like thinking that, oh God, it's a long way away? It's a long time between matches. Like, you could do a half day of work and then come back and still wait for the match. No. I love it. Way too long between matches. No, yes. Yes, not a fan. It's too big of a gap. Way too long? Okay. So it seems like we're all a lot of us on the same page. Yeah, I have my reason. It's because it's 1 a.m. and there's nothing I can do, really. I could probably go down to the pub, but that's probably dangerous, going to the pub at 2 a.m. for 4 hours in the middle of the night between streams. But way too long. It's too long. Yeah. I tell you what they could do. Why? I mean, I get ticket sales, whatever. I mean, it sucks because like no matter what suggestions we have, it's going to be doubles is going to get the doubles loses, right? 40-15. Because if you say, oh, well, we'll put the singles on first, then no one's going to watch the doubles. But I'm going to be honest. I'm barely watching the doubles anyway. I might tune in just to see if it's over, like to see the end scores and see when this match starts. But I'm not like shoving the doubles in between the two matches doesn't make me want to watch it. You know, it's not. It doesn't like forcing us to watch doubles and wait for the singles doesn't make. I don't feel like it makes people want to watch it. Now, obviously, the people in the stadium have a different thing because they can get there and watch it and then watch the singles. It's like the pre-match entertainment, right? For the main event, right? It's like the pre thing. But for fans at home, I mean, I think there must be so many people that just like watch the first match and then disappear and then forget to come back. Like broadcast schedule must be a nightmare. 1-1. But then again, Sinner's Zverev, maybe people aren't even going to watch this one and they're going to come back for that one anyway. Just watch that one. But yeah, I think it's a very four or five hours between matches is crazy. That feels way too long. You know what they should do? They should put the next gen finals on in between. There's an idea. Why not put the next gen finals during the ATP Finals week? Why have a separate week? Why not combine the events? So therefore, as well as watching doubles, you can also watch the best young players of the year playing beforehand. That feels like it could work. Who wouldn't want to see Fonseca take on Menchik before Shelton plays Sinner? Like, that could be a good idea. 30 love. I feel like you could almost absolve the next gen finals anyway. Like, you could bring that into this, even if it's just like the 4 best players. You don't even have to have like a top 8 for next gen finals anymore. I don't think that would. Again, I don't think the next gen finals needs to be an ATP finals for the young players. I don't think we need that. You could just have the 4 best players on the planet who are under 21, bring them to the ATP finals, and then every day you could just have one, or maybe do the top 6, right? And then you could have 2 matches a day, or you could have, and you could do your abbreviated format, right? Fast 4, whatever, But just have like the best young players in the world playing each other before the best overall players play. It's like the junior Grand Slams, right? You have the junior Grand Slam final and then you have the men or women's final, right? The next gen finals is the junior ATP finals. It's just that they're not under 18s, they're not juniors, but they're, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of makes sense to have it. It would work. That's actually a pretty good idea. Why do you sound surprised? 40-50. It's actually a good idea. You spoke sense. I try sometimes. All right, 40-15. That goes out from Felix. And more importantly, for us fans, it would fill in the time between this match and the next match. Because even after this match, the doubles doesn't start for a couple hours. But you could have like one match between, like, what do we got? So we got 8 days of ATP Finals. You could have the best. So if we had the best 4 players in the world under 21, and you play one match per day, so you get like Tien versus Fonseca, Fonseca versus Menchik, I don't know, Menchik versus Tien, and then whatever, and then you could have 5 group stage matches, and then have the final, right? So 6 days. That could work. It could fit in if you have one match per day. That could work. I think it'd be better if it was integrated. Because having it like in the middle, like in December, floating on an island by itself, when people are like not watching tennis, it's probably not the best place to have it. What if you had top 6 though? Would that work? Would that be too many? Too many matches, maybe. It could work, chap. And then you just call it the finals. You don't have to call it the ATP Finals. You can just call it the finals. And then it could be the next gen and the ATP. Put Feast in the mix. Yeah, I mean, what is the under 21-year-olds anyway? So next gen finals: Menchik, Fonseca, Tian. Feast is too old, and then Block, who is the Belgian player. Yeah, it could work. Or even better, I mean, you could just do an exhibition match every day. Just have like a next gen exhibition if you want that. You don't have to have some like full on tournament. It'd make more sense being a full tournament though. Make it more legitimate. But then you go doubles, singles, next gen final, singles, doubles, and then that way you had 5 matches a day. And then between the matches you put the young players on. And then also we could watch 3 matches a day, excluding doubles, and yeah. And it's 15 love. Just the thought. Or better yet, have the ATP Finals in Australia. And that way, when there's time in between matches, I can go and do my grocery shopping and go outside and go get lunch. If I become director, the ATP Finals is coming to Australia. You can guarantee that. As ATP director, we're going to different parts of the world, mainly Australia for 10 years, because De Minaur needs to be... we need De Minaur to have the crowd support. And also, lunch. 30 love. Now that's what I think is a great idea, and I'm sure everybody in the chat agrees. Vote for me for president. Vote for me, because I want it in my backyard, please. Let's put it in my yard. Yeah, for 10 years. We're going to lock up a contract with Rod Laver Arena for 10 years. Tennis Australia on board. We're gonna put the ATP Finals back. It hasn't been in Australia since Sydney 02, I think it was. We're coming back to Australia for the next decade. We're in London for 10 years. We've been in Italy for too long. Now we're going to Australia, finally. Finally. And we're not changing anything. The schedule stays the same. It just means that after this match, I would be able to go outside and live my life and then come back and watch the night match and therefore lose no sleep. I'd actually get to sleep overnight. So that's it's not about me. It's about us, chat. We're all of us. It'll be great. You'll love it. Be like watching the Australian Open in November. Imagine how good is that going to be? It'd be great. You'll love it. You love the Australian Open, right? You watch that, so you'll love it. It'll be like watching the Australian Open, but in November. You know, I'm sure you'll love that. What a great way to end the year. Backhand in the net from Shelton. 40-15. 40-15. If it was in Australia, no one would watch because it's in the middle of the night. I didn't think that was... that's new to me. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, you're right. That didn't even cross my mind. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot to think about that. All right, 2-0. As Felix slice into the backhand of Shelton. Felix backhand to the forehand of Shelton. That's Felix again to the backhand of Shelton to the forehand of Felix with Shelton in the net. Love 15. Love 15. Did I not? Am I not like obvious enough with my sarcasm? Do I need to be more sarcastic? Like, do I need a? I feel like it was pretty sarcastic. I thought it was pretty obvious I was joking. It was that. Did that? I feel like it was pretty obvious I was joking. Anyways, 4 goes wide for Shelton. I don't want to have to explain. Do I have to explain what I was? Do I have to explain? All right, love 30. Chance for FA to break you. You need a wink. I feel like it's pretty obvious. Australia's a pathetic country. Your name is UK Gamer. Just a observation, nothing else. All right, 15:30. Shelton puts away the smash. Move to Europe or the East Coast of America. Are you going to pay for it? Are you going to buy the flight and pay for the accommodation? Because that's sounds lovely. But I also can't afford any of that. But I'd love, that'd be great if you could pay for that. All right, 30-0. As return goes to Shelton. Backing up from Felix. Lob. And Shelton puts away the smash. 40-30. We don't have Spirit Airways here. I think it's flying to Europe from Australia is like, I want to say at least $3,000. All right, 40-30. Shelton serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Serve and volley, Shelton. And he hit the tape and he wins the point. He says sorry, but it was a good volley. 3-2. Why are you acting so tough? Go to sleep, bro. Oh, okay. Well, I read your message. There you go. All right, 3-2 Shelton. Okay, I love Shelton. Again, if he wins this serve. Well, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. I was joking. In fact, Australia is country in terms of watching Grand Slams time zone compared to India. Cool. Leave this man alone. Thank you. People need to touch grass. I agree. That's enough internet for one day. All right, 3-2. I think it's just either a bot or it's all the same person. I think it's just the same person. Just one angry robot. I think that's what it is, chat. I don't think it's actually multiple people. I think it's just one random guy with 7 accounts. I think that's what it is. But that's okay. I hope you have a good day, and I hope you're okay. Whatever's going on in your life to fill you with anger. I hope you're okay. All right, 3-2. All right, 3-2. As FA serves. Fault, second serve. Three, 2 as FA serves again. As the return goes out by Shelton. And it's 15 love. Thanks, mate. No worries. All right, 15 love. I appreciate when Cam does not lose it when randoms do that. Yeah. Anyways, 30 love. Look, we're all having a shit day sometimes. So I get it. Let's have a sleepover tonight. No, thank you. 30 love. As the return goes to forehand of Felix. Shelton with a slice. It's Felix. Forehand down the line of the forehand of Shelton. Shelton in the net. 40 love. $40 love. $40 love. $40 love. As Felix says again. Into the back of Shelton. Forehand for Felix is a winner. And Felix holds 3-0. By the way, chat, if you haven't yet signed up, we are working with Trace this tournament. Click the link in the chat if you want to join up. It's free and prizes. You could win something. And hopefully someone in our community can win something because that'd be a great way to end the year. Even if it's not me winning something, I'll still be excited if somebody here is like, hey, Cam, guess what? I clicked that link, I signed up, and I won a towel. I'll be like, hell yeah, let's go. We have to win stuff. We need to be in it to win it. All right. 3-3. By the way, is Deb still here? 3-3. Shelton serves the fault. Second serve. Oh, good. Okay. All right, return goes to the forehand of Shelton. Backhand out from Felix. Shelton with the forehand to the forehand of Felix. Into the backhand of Shelton. Felix forehand. Into the backhand of Shelton. As Felix with another forehand to the backhand of Shelton. Felix. Forehand again. Into the Shelton backhand. Who hits the tape, goes into the forehand of Felix. Shelton with a passing shot. Felix with a half volley. But it's wide. 15 love. $15 love. Serve again. Serve to the forehand of Felix. Shelton forehand to the forehand of Felix. And Shelton with the backhand goes long. 15-0. 15 all. Seven to the backhand of Felix. Shelton forehand. Felix gets to the backhand of Shelton. Into the forehand of Felix. Is Shelton backhand again. The forehand of Felix. Into the backhand of Shelton. Felix forehand goes wide. 30-15. $30-15. As the return goes in the net by Auger-Aliassime, and it's 40-15. Congrats for almost 274K. I think you beat your 2025 goal already. Yeah, thank you, Kalia. Yeah, I wanted to get to $250,000, so we definitely got past that, which is crazy. Maybe next year we can get to 300. That's insane. That doesn't make sense. Why does when you say love 15 love? EJ, you lost me. All right, 4-3. All right. Right sport, just good vibes here. Please, when Cam is on a tear, I get high. Oh, what does 15 love mean? It means 15-0. $15-0. Members count slowly rising next year to 1,000. Yeah, we get to 1,000 members. That'd be insane. That would be an insane finish, insane thing. Yeah. Yeah, love equals 0. So whenever someone says 30 love, 15 love, it's always means 0. So it's just 15-0. More people getting there, yeah, we love that. Yeah, if you are new to tennis, that's what we're here for. Because if you watch tennis on TV, one, they don't respond to your questions because you're talking to the TV and they can't hear you. But also, they don't explain. There's a level of like the commentators are not thinking that somebody's never seen the sport. They're assuming that you've seen the sport, so they're going to talk the language of tennis because they're guessing that people that are watching know what's going on. But that's what the beauty of this is, right? Is that if you've never watched tennis, this is the first time you're watching, or maybe you're like, oh, someone said I should watch this sport. I can answer your questions. You can ask those questions, and it's easy to get answers rather than, I mean, you could Google it too, but sometimes Googling it doesn't always make sense either. So that's the good thing about being here. And if I can't answer it, somebody in the chat will. Or if I don't see it, somebody in the chat will reply anyway. Because that's what we're here for. All right, love 15. If Shelton wins in straights here, that'd be a hell of a win. All right, love 15. I love playing it, but never watched it. There you go. Well, welcome. You're in the right place. And as we return now from Shelton goes in. Felix let that go and he watched it. All right, love 30. London to Melbourne to London. Best price return $1,129. Cheapest is $865. Fastest is $1,161. Where are you getting these prices from? All right, love 30. As FA hits a great body serve. I'm not moving to London. I live there already. 1530. $15.30. As we serve again. As the return goes to forehand to Felix. Back it over Shelton. Felix with the volley. Too good. Too good. 30-all. All right. Serve again. Into the back end of Shelton. Volley from Felix is good, but Shelton's there with a forehand pass, and it's too good. Felix hits a volley in the net. Break points, or break point for Shelton to take the break and serve of the match. $30-40. By the way, straight sets loss for Felix pretty much knocks him out. Great serve down the tee from Felix, and he gets to deuce. All right, deuce. I've learned so much about tennis watching your streams. Hey, Emma, I appreciate that, and I hope I can continue to provide some sort of assistance to people's tennis knowledge. I don't know. It's probably a better way to say that. Advantage Felix. To level this second set. Advantage FAA. As a forehand now from Felix off the tape. In comes Shelton. But he overhit it on the approach. And it's 4-0. 4-4. Yeah, Shelton doesn't have any aces, which is wild. Cam is an armchair expert, never played competitively. Bro, why do you have such pick-me energy? All right, 4-0. Shelton serves. As the return goes in the forehand of Shelton. Shelton puts it away. That's a beautiful forehand winner. 15-love. Great shot from Shelton. All right, as the return goes into the forehand of Shelton. Forehand now from Felix. Shelton with a half volley. Pick up. It's too good. 30-love. All right. 30-love. Love. As a return goes in the net from Felix. 40-love. Love. Shelton serves again to take the lead. Ace. I think that's the first one. It was 235 down the tee. I think that's his first ace of the match. That's insane. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Okay. Cam is tennis. Can you stop kissing ass? Jeez. Not that annoying kid at the front of the class. I know the answer. Shut up. All right. Stop. The teacher doesn't need no apples, all right? Leave him alone. All right. Can Felix hold and keep this match going? Start the ace machine. Imagine if he only has one ace in a win. That's going to be the least amount of aces in a win for Shelton ever. Like one ace and he still wins? That's crazy. Should have a pub stream next year. Maybe a stream on AO grounds. Both impossible to do. The second one, never going to happen. First pub stream? Nah. Isn't Felix injured? No. He was injured at the end of the Sinner match, but he seems fine today. Put the hoodie on so you can jinx the match like yesterday. By the way, the person said that how rude. Did you hear what I have to deal with? The amount of people... I think I'm rude. Should say the things I don't say or don't read. 5-4. How many times have you been timed out? I want to know. This is always a... You made an account a month ago. Well, you haven't had time to be timed out yet. Anyways, who's Cam jinxing today? See, look, all of these comments, chat. This is year round. Who's Cam jinxing today? How many tears did you cry yesterday? Did you see Demonor? He was more upset than you were. Why are you ugly? Like, all of this is just... Luckily, I don't care about that much. All right, 15 love. Was it a backhand into the four? The backhand of fear. What's his name? His name's Shelton. He hit it out. 30 love. 30 love. Let's not talk about Demon. I don't want to talk about Demon or. That was so depressing. Yesterday's stream was one of my least favorite streams ever. Because of the result. That's why we don't watch Demon or anyone who's an Australian. If you want to know why we don't watch Aussies, just link that stream because that was so sad. So sad. 40 love. 40 love. Love. Why don't we watch Aussies? You know why. As return goes a forward of Felix. Felix is out. 40-15. Yeah, yesterday was a massive kick. Like genuinely, I don't think I've been that like maybe when Demonor lost to Draper last year at the US Open. Like, I don't think I was like the match finished. Like when the stream ended, I was just sitting here, just like this, just numb. Like I haven't felt like that for so long. After a tennis match, like I was just numb. I was like, that just sucked. All right, backhand from Shelton goes up, but Felix puts away 5-0. It was bad. Like I was just like sitting here, just staring into the void. Like I was just like. That was brutal. And I think the last time I felt like that was after the Draper match when he lost at the US Open. Yeah, it was not fun. That match was really not fun. And then if you go watch Demon's press conference, you can see how much it devastated him as well. So like you can imagine that like all of us as the Demonor fan group, we all felt his pain. That's why it was so devastating because it was like you could see how much it meant to him, and it obviously means a lot to us too. It's just brutal, man. Brutal loss. You were acting so well. Dude, your name is 27. 15 love. I'm not gonna take shit from a number. 15 love. Or are you saying that I was acting? Or you're saying I was not? What are you trying to say? You were acting so well. What? Anyway, Shelton in the net 15-0. It sucked though. That match sucked, and we'll never talk about that match again. That was as bad as the Federer versus Hewitt US Open Final 2004. That match sucked. We're never talking about Musetti versus Demonor again. Ever again. Ever again. Hey Cam, you should hold a competition if you reach 300k. Box seat tickets for the AO final. Drinks and food provided. Why would I buy myself box seat tickets to the AO final and get drinks and food provided when I would be watching the final here? I don't want to do that. Why would I want to do that? That means I wouldn't be streaming. 15:30, by the way. I enjoyed watching the fearlessness of Musetti. He was running on empty. Yeah, look, Musetti did great, but it was just against the wrong guy. If he did it against anybody else, I would have been like, great Musetti. But against Demon, it was like, that punched me right in the heart. As with a backhand now from Felix in the forehand of Shelton is Felix with a slice in the net, 30-0. It was a great effort by Musetti, but God, it was It was shit. On the losing end. .30-all. Serve to the backhand of Felix. Return goes to forehand of Shelton. Felix forehand. Into the backhand of Shelton as Felix with a slice. Goes long. And Shelton goes to 40-30. Yeah, don't put scores in the chat, please. Thank you. And we're going to serve again. Into the backhand of Felix. Forehand now from Shelton. Into the backhand of Felix. Sliced. Into the forehand of Shelton. Shelton overhits it. We get the deuce. Like, Shelton losing this match wouldn't be as devastating as that match with Demon. And I love Shelton. Shelton's one of my favorites, but it wouldn't be as painful. All right, deuce. By the way, I was hearing that Musetti might not play Davis Cup, which would be kind of crazy. First serve is a fault, second serve. Yeah, chat, can we reset the chat? Let's put ones in the chat. All right, serve to the backhand of Musetti. Musetti. Oh my god, this is killing me. Why are we mentioning the M word? Anyways, advantage. Shelton. No Musettis. We're not talking about Musetti. Can we just get threes in the chat? Put a number in the chat. Just put any number. Good volley by Shelton. Advantage Shelton. There's a bit of fault, second serve. Serving to the backhand of Musetti. Oh, God. I'm going to end stream. Anyways, good serving volley from Shelton. Felix serving to stay in the match again. We're not talking. Why do we keep mentioning? I can't do it. All right. Swiatek's playing Billie Jean King Cup. Yeah, that's next year though. Shut up, chat. All right. I'm reading some of you. I'm not reading them out loud. All right. Shelton, he leads 6-5. By the way, chat, we've got 5 hours until the next match. Chat, can somebody give me an idea of what to do between 1:30 in the morning and 6:30 a.m.? I need some ideas. What could I do besides sleep? Don't say sleep. If you say sleep, I say no. I'm not going to sleep. No napping. What is there to do? Give me some ideas. Sleep? I just told you that was the wrong answer. Take a nap. I said no sleeping. Go to a rave. Actually, not a bad idea. Clean or organize? That's a good idea. Watch a movie. That's a great idea. Play video games. Great idea. Rewatch the men's final of Roland Garros. Actually, could probably do that, yeah. Bake a cake. Okay. Don't have any ingredients, but okay. Casino, lad. I don't live near a casino, lad. Rewatch Isna Mahu. That's 3 days. I don't have 3 days. Clean the house. Last time I cleaned the house, I cut my finger off. Take the dog out. It's 2 in the morning. I'm not walking around the streets at 2 a.m. I want to come back to do the second stream in one piece. Find a pretty woman. I'm married, dude. Read books. Meditate. Read Shakespeare poetry. Sniff glue. What a great response. Why don't you just sniff glue? Don't do that. I don't want to go to the hospital. That's crazy. Sniff glue. I'll pass. I think I'll pass with that. Super dangerous. Never do that. Ever. Crazy response. You should stop doing that. and typing. It's crazy. All right, 15 love. Felix 7 to get to a tiebreak in the second. Get drunk? I have to come back and stream, bro. I ain't getting no drunk. 15 love. Wild. That's crazy. 15 love. As with a 4-0 from Felix in the backhand of Shelton. Felix backhand volley winner. 30 love. Learn to play chess. I know how to play chess. 30 love. Learn a new language. I can't do that in 5 hours. I prefer leather cleaner. What the fuck? Shit. Oh, man. Relax, everybody. Come on, relax. Relax. Serve out wides and ace. 40 love. Relax. Learn how to code. Why? How's it going to help me stream? Play with Lego. I don't have any. Eat spicy Indian food so you're on the toilet. Bro, you said Dunny and that I know you're Australian. 40 love. Why are people in Australia still awake? It's Wednesday. Don't you have work? All right, we're going to tie break. Australians up at this hour is crazy. Felix looks unwell. Does he? He looks all right. All right, start doing yoga. All right, now we're starting to go visit Kazakhina. Bro, if I knew how would I know where she lived? All right, 6-6. Who's winning the tiebreak, by the way? Who is winning this tiebreak? All right. 1 love. FAA. Shelton in the net with a approach. 1-0. A lot of people saying FAA is going to win the tiebreak. Okay. All right. One zero Felix. Serve into the corner. Shelton. Return goes long. 2-0 Felix. 2-0. Thank you, everybody, for the suggestions. Actually, I could do some cleaning, and I also could do watching some movies. Maybe I'll watch a movie and clean at the same time. As a return goes in the net, 3 love Felix. I'll tell you, though, if we go to a third set, then at least we'll fill in the time. It'll only be 4 hours. Have a therapy session, Cam. It's 2 in the morning. My therapist is asleep. All right. 3-0 Felix. As we just serve to the floor to Felix, return goes out. 3-1. Shelton's on the board. Have a nice relaxing bath. I don't have a bath. I have an idea. Shave. I have an idea. No. 3-1. As FAA serves. A fault. Second serve. As a return goes out by Felix 3-2. By the way, what were you talking about? So the person that just said, I have an idea, shave. What were you talking about calculating the curve of clinical signs of vaccine trials? You're in the wrong chat. I think you might be, you might be lost. That's too detailed of an answer. 3-2. Still only 1 minute break here. Felix has got it. Everybody chip in to buy Cam a bath. Don't have any room. All right, Felix 4-2. They change ends. Buy a telescope. Why? I have a bath and I haven't taken one in 6 years. Yeah, fair enough. Play Topspin 2K25. I could. I haven't played that for a while. 4-2. Cheddar was more prepared. We could do like a separate stream for that, but I am not. All right, 4-2. Look at the stars. I think it's overcast tonight, so I can't see. There's clouds. It's a cloudy night. Watch the Djokovic interview. I already did. 4-2. Telescope to see Uranus. Good one. Good one. I remember hearing that when I was 3. That's hilarious. 4-2. You look like Luka from the Lakers. Thanks. As Felix serves. Into the back, into the forehand of Shelton. Forehand from Felix, the backhand of Shelton. As Felix with a forehand down the line. Shelton slipped over, but he got it back somehow. Then Felix forehand to the backhand of Shelton. If Shelton was this point, it'd be ridiculous, but he doesn't. Shelton on the ground, by the way. That's not good. Oh, he's grabbed his knee, Shelton. 5-2 Felix. Shelton is not in a good way. He's hobbling to the side. Because he kind of like collapsed mid-point, but then he kept playing. When he went to push off, he kind of... Oh, he banged his leg on the ground. This is... He might have just knocked it, and then, it kind of stings for a little bit. But he kind of like, when he slipped, he hit it. But that's how Delpo hurt his knee back in, 2018. It was something so little that didn't seem like anything. And then he like broke his kneecap, and it was a whole thing. But that looked painful. I don't think he hit it as hard as what Delpo did back in 2018, but that was still a painful slip. 5-2. And Shelton serves an ace. Oh, and Shelton's hopping around. He can't put weight on his leg. 2:30 down the tee. 5-3. Yeah, Shelton's trying not to put weight on his left knee. So when he serves, he's just kind of hopping there. We're talking about Shelton. Shelton's hurt. 5-3. The crowd's trying to give Shelton a bit of encouragement. Serve again. As a return goes in the forehand of Shelton. As FAA forehand goes wide, and Shelton just hitting the ball and standing there. 5-4 Felix. Yeah, Shelton's limping. Yeah, Shelton is not in a good way. He kind of needs to win this set here. Yeah, his knee is not good. He's trying to jump around, and it looks like it's okay, but it's just like he's definitely in pain. He's feeling it. He'll get a medical timeout at the end. As with a forehand now from Shelton, lob. Felix smash. Puts it away, 6-4. And again, Shelton just yelling at his leg. All right, set points for Felix to take the second. 6-4. Felix to win the second set. Serving the back of Shelton. Return goes into the backhand of Felix. Shelton forehand to the backhand again of Felix. Into the forehand of Shelton. Felix forehand cross court in the net. Shelton's hanging on. We're back on serve. 6-5. Shelton needs to win this set, it feels. Just to at least not risk any further injury. 6-5 Auger-Aliassime. Yeah, if this goes 3, Shelton might not be able to compete. Or might not be able to... Well, he probably won't be able to win. All right, Shelton still down set point, but it's on his serve. He serves a fault. Second serve. Serve out wide, the back of Felix. The return goes wide, and Shelton gets a 6-all. And a big shout from Shelton as well. He's hanging on, Shelton. He's still hobbling around a little bit. The adrenaline might be kicking in. All right, 6-6. Set point saved. Still a chance, though, for Felix to take us to a third, though. But it's on Shelton's serve. Yeah, Shelton hit his, banged his leg on the ground. He hit his knee on the ground. All right, return goes into the front of Shelton. Backing out from Felix, into the front of Shelton. Into the front of Felix is Shelton with the backhand. Down the line, Felix gets it back. Shelton with the forehand again. Felix backhand again in the front of Shelton. Into the front of Felix is Shelton with the backhand. Into the nets. 7-6. Auger-Aliassime to take this second set. Seven, 6. Third set point for Felix. As Felix serves, a fault. Second serve. Second serve is a let. Serving to the backhand of Shelton, return into the front of Auger-Aliassime. Backhand again from Shelton to the front of Auger-Aliassime. Shelton backhand again, the front of Felix. And Shelton again to the front of Felix. Shelton backhand again. Into the front of Felix. And Felix in the net, 7-7. Shelton hanging on. 3 set points saved. He's not had a match point yet. 7-7. Shout out from the Philippines. Hey, what's up? How are you? All right, 7-7. Still FAA serving. Serving to the front of Shelton, return. Into the front of Felix. Shelton backhand. Again to the front of Felix, to the backhand of Shelton. It's Felix forehand on the stretch. Shelton backhand down the middle. Felix hits it back, and Shelton hits a forehand. But he hits it long. 8-7 FAA. Hi from the Maldives. Hey, what's up? 8-7 Auger-Aliassime. Set point number 4 to take us to a third. Shelton serves. A let. Deja, how are you here so much, but they're not getting a membership? That's what I want to know. Serve. The fault. Second serve. Second serve. Oh, it's a double fault. We're going 3. Felix wins the set eventually. Let's see if Shelton gets any sort of treatment after that knee, hitting his knee on the ground during the tiebreak. Felix takes us to a third. All right. All right. $11 winners, 13 errors from Shelton, 2 aces, the first 2 of the match for him. 15 winners and 8 errors from Felix. Good set. Very good set from FAA. Very clean set. Forehand from Felix is a little bit shaky, though. Hey, Deb, thank you for the 5 gifted. Appreciate that. And still, Deja gets none. What the... What the hell? Maybe you don't have it enabled. Maybe that's you got to allow memberships. Yeah, you've got to allow memberships so then you actually get one. If you don't allow it, then you won't get one. So if you watch the streams forever, and you're not getting a membership, because usually it rewards the people that are here for the longest, right? I can't get a membership until our ongoing paper goods issue is settled. I have no idea what that means, Bella. Is that something that's... You can just allow memberships. You don't have to buy one. If you allow them, then you can get... somebody might gift you one. I think Shelton's gone to the bathroom. All right, we're going 3. Did I watch the Piers Morgan interview? I did. And besides Djokovic talking about his upbringing, there wasn't anything really that interesting to me. It really wasn't that... yeah. The funny story about him meeting his wife and the story about his upbringing were the only 2 things that I was like really like, oh, that's cool. Everything else I was like, nothing new. Like it didn't feel like any groundbreaking... He didn't say anything crazy groundbreaking. But also, I feel like those interviews are not for us. They're for people who don't know who Djokovic is, right? So Piers Morgan is not doing an interview with Djokovic to talk to him. It's not like Andy Roddick. If Andy Roddick talked to Novak, it'd be a lot more niche, right? And it would be for us to hear what 2 guys in tennis. Piers Morgan wants to know about political shit. He wants to know about like the drama around Djokovic and stuff, right? He's talking to his audience and teaching his audience who Djokovic is. We already know most of the things that Djokovic says. We've already heard those things. So it wasn't really that enlightening, except for the part where he talked about his upbringing, which was really, really insightful. And hopefully people that don't like Djokovic necessarily, watch it. Give him a chance. Watch that part and at least like go, oh, I can see where he's coming from. So then at least you know maybe why he, what his reaction to things is. By the way, Shelton did not have a bathroom break. He's fine. He didn't get a medical timeout either, so that's a good sign. 15-all. But yeah. But other than that, I mean, everything else was sort of just like, I'd heard it already. It didn't really give me much of an insight. 15-all. Shelton returns a backhand into the forehand of Felix. Shelton backhand to the forehand of Felix. To the forehand of Shelton is Felix forehand again. Into the forehand of Shelton is Felix with the forehand to the slice of Shelton. Felix puts away the volley. I'll tell you what, FA has such a silky smooth net game. His volleys are just they're so Federer. Like it's such an effortless like control on the volleys, Felix. So clean. I love watching, like his volleys are just so Federer. In the way they just look so, like he just super, super easy. As return goes in the forehand of Felix. Backhand now from Shelton. Into the forehand of Felix. Shelton backhand to the backhand of Felix. Down the line of the backhand of Shelton. Forehand to backhand rally as Felix goes down to the forehand of Shelton now. Again to the forehand of Felix. Felix puts away the winner. 40-15. 40-15. But, Chad, what did you think of the interview? If you watched it. What do you, did you watch it? And if you did, what did you get out of it? Did you actually, like... Did you learn anything? Or did you have any opinion on it or whatever? Anyways, volley in the net by Shelton. It's 1-love Felix in the third. All right. Didn't watch. Didn't see it. Yeah, I don't think it's anything that like I wouldn't say it's a must watch. Like it's not anything. Like I said, nothing groundbreakingly. Like there's nothing groundbreaking about it. It wasn't like the only thing is like his upbringing is the only interesting part that I found interesting. But all the stuff about like him getting banned from Australia, we went through that. We watched it, right? So we know all of that stuff that happened. And then it was all Piers Morgan trying to make Djokovic say that he's the greatest. And it's like, well, he's never going to say that. He's too humble. He's never going to call himself the greatest because I don't think anyone who is the greatest calls him, except for Ali, but he started it. He was the one who was like, I am the greatest. That was his thing. Djokovic is not going to do that. He's too humble for that. As we had a lovely drop shot from Shelton, 15 love. All right, nice serving Shelton, 30 love. As we to serve. There's a fault, second serve. As we to 4 now from Felix, but it goes long. 40 love. 40 love. $40 love. Serving the 4 to Felix. Felix hits it out. And it's 1-0. One. All right, 1-0. All right, first is the 4 second serve. As Felix hits a winner, it's 15 love. By the way, shout out to everybody who's at work right now listening to the streams and not able to watch. Maybe we're on your second monitor behind, like hidden away because, you're at work and, you don't want to get in trouble. So shout out to all of you. Can we just get some lurking emojis in the chat for the lurkers? Shout out to you. I know you're there. You can't type because you're at work and I don't want you to get in trouble, but we know you're there. We can't see your chat, but we know you're here. A lot of people are like, I'm at work. All right, 15-0. I can type. You're behind my spreadsheet. There you go. I'm being monitored. Well, is that a work thing or is that like a criminal thing? Because like if you're being monitored by the police, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying lurking like workers, people at work, not. I'm obviously working. Obviously, all of you are very hard workers, and if your boss says otherwise, tell him that I said that he's wrong or she's wrong. So I have a test in 3 hours. We should probably go study. 15-all. Backhand winner by Felix, 30-15. Working from home listening, nice. You're on my third monitor. That's fine. It'd kind of be creepy if you were like, if it was on your first monitor and you're staring into the screen. I kind of rather be on the side of your, like, you do something and I'm over here. Like I'm in your peripherals, but not like, you're not like staring me in the face. Or maybe you are. I don't know. If you are staring me in the face, boo! 4-15. As Felix serves. And the return goes to 4 to Felix. And Felix is the winner. All right, 2-1. 2-1. I spilled my tea. Whoops. Sorry. Okay. Second monitor quarter screen. Hey, that's fine. Did Felix get injured against Sinner? He did, but it's not affecting him today. Felix was not losing this match because of injury. That is not why he was down a set. Do that again. What? In today's world, we should all be monitoring the police. Okay. I'm just going to live my life, though. But you can do that. Do you feel? Yeah, so Felix had an injury at the end of the Sinner match, but it's not affecting him here. Like, he's not showing any visible signs of the calf injury, which is good. Because that would have been unfortunate. If FAA wins and Sinner wins, does that mean Sinner wins the group? Yes. Yes. Because then it will come down to FAA's Zverev and Shelton can't qualify. Yes. That is, yeah, that's it. Yes. That is, yeah, I think so. Pretty 90% sure. 15 left Shelton. Love. And with a slice from Felix, the forehand of Shelton. Felix backhand again. The forehand of Shelton is Felix into the slice of Shelton. To the forehand of Felix. Shelton forehand goes long. 15-0. Felix, by the way, Shelton's knee seems to be better. Like, he's not hobbling as much. He seems to be... He seems like he's okay. He hasn't had a medical time yet either. All right. As with a forehand from Shelton to the backhand of Felix. Shelton with a half volley in the net. 15-30. Chance for Felix to get the break. 15-30. As a default second serve. As the return goes in from Felix, the backhand of Shelton. Felix forehand into the forehand of Shelton. Shelton in the net. 15-40. 15-40. Shelton serves again. As the return goes net by Felix. Shelton saves one. 30-40. Shelton with another great serve. 234 kilometers. Woo. By the way, chat. Fastest serve of the ATP Finals. Anyone know? Does anybody know the answer? Fastest serve at the ATP Finals. 238 that was. That's got to be the fastest serve of the ATP. 238 kilometers. That's up there with Shelton, one of Shelton's fastest serves ever. By the way, chat, last week when we watched Shelton versus Sinner and we said that Shelton hit the biggest serve of the Paris Masters ever, that's been recorded now. And it was 150 miles an hour, 241 kilometers. Biggest serve ever in the Paris Masters. So he has that. I mean, Shelton's got one of the biggest serves of all time. That's it. That's him. He is him. And I'm going to guess that was probably one of the biggest serves ever at this event. Because I'm having a look here and it doesn't show like... Oh, here we go. Robin Soderling, World Tour Finals 2010, 230 kilometers. I think that is the biggest serve. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah. No, sorry. A doubles player in 2009 hit a 131 kilometer an hour serve, 144 miles. Marcin Medkovsky. So Shelton just hit 3 serves bigger than that in that game. So I think we just witnessed the biggest serve ever at the ATP Finals. And Shelton did it. Because he hit a 235. He hit one in the first at 235. And then that was a 238. So 238 kilometers, which I don't even know what that is in miles. 148-ish miles an hour. That might have been the biggest serve ever at the ATP Finals. That's what Shelton's got. He's got a cannon. 30 love. FAA. All right, serve again. As a return from Shelton goes out. 40 love. Nearly 2 hours played, by the way. By the way, we've been very lucky. We've had the last 3 matches go 3 sets. That's pretty good. We're pretty fortunate with that. Felix, it's a winner, and it's 3-2. After the first 4 matches all going straight sets, we've been pretty fortunate to have the last 3 going the distance. All right. And they've all gone they could have all been straight sets matches too. The second set has gone... 2 of the last 3 matches. The second set was a close second set. All right. All right. All right. How we doing, chap? We need Feast and Draper to return for more drama match? Maybe. All right. Robin.
Miss seeing Mirra. I come for vos knowledge. The AOC.
She's right there. She is asleep. Thank you for the $2. All right, 15 love. Shelton hits a winner. 30 love. $30 love. There's with a fault, second serve. And Shelton double faults. 30. $30-15. Third double fault for Shelton. All right, 40-15. As with a backhand for Felix, down the line of the slice of Shelton. It's Felix forehand. And Shelton eventually wins a point. All right. 3-0. All right, 15 love. $15 love. As that goes out by Shelton on the return, 30 love. $30 love. All right, 40 love. FA is serving really well in this set. As Felix serves again. And it's too strong. All right, 4-3. He stays in front. All right. All right. Shelton's got to be careful now because we are right at the end of this match. No, Shelton didn't have a match point. He was 2 points away a couple of times, but he didn't have a match point. Shelton had no chance of tiebreak. Yeah, no, he didn't have any match points. He was close, but he didn't have any match points. All right, back to Shelton. So chat with the extra set. We've wasted an extra hour. So now we've only got 4 hours until the next match. Yay. Only 4 hours. All right, Shelton serves. There's a fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand of Felix. Forehand of Shelton to the forehand of Felix. Shelton backhand in the net. Love 15. Chad, I need movie suggestions. Give me some suggestions, and I'll because I need to start watching the movies on my shelf so then I can start like finding new movies. There's a corner from Shelton is too good. 15-0. Shrek 2. I don't have it. Conjuring. Seen it? Das Boot. Don't have it. Snake Eyes. Don't have it. As a return goes wide by Felix. 30-15. Star Wars. Don't have it. Seen it anyway. You're talking about movies is like that radio station about Christmas talking about podcasts. Oh, I'm sorry. 30-15. As with a 7 to the forehand of Felix, but it's wide on the return. 40-15. Afterburn. I've seen Frankenstein. Need for Speed. Is that a movie? El Dorado. Ooh, okay. Twister. I've already seen that. All right, serving to the backhand of Felix. Backhand now from Shelton as Felix goes the volley of Shelton. Shelton puts it away. 4-0. All right. Side Effects with Jude Law. Okay. Don't have it. K-pop Demon Hunters. It's on Netflix. Yeah, I've heard that's good. Human Centipede. Yeah, okay, good one. You should watch it first, though. Glorious Bastards. That's a good movie. All right. 4-0. As the return goes into the forehand of Felix. Slice from Shelton. As Felix comes into the net. Shelton with a pass. Felix with a volley winner. And it's 15-love. The Substance. I've seen that one. Interstellar. Nah, I've already seen that, though. All right, 15-love. As FAA serves a fault, second serve. As the return goes into the forehand of Felix. Shelton backhand to the forehand of Felix. The Shelton backhand goes wide. 30-love. Watch Barbarian is the director of Weapons. Oh, really? Okay. Good serve, Felix. 40-love. FAA to take the... Take the lead again. As Felix holds, and it's 5-4. By the way, anyone here own a condo? I have a question. Oh, nope. All right. Felix will serve. Sorry, Shelton will serve to stay in the match. All right. Here we go. Shelton going to serve. Wait, to stay in the match. American Psycho is my favorite Christmas movie. Cool. Okay. Let's see if Shelton can hold. It's been a quick match, considering the score. All right. Shelton serves. Into the forehand of Felix. Forehand from Shelton. To the forehand of Felix. It's Shelton. To the backhand of Felix. Sliced into the forehand of Shelton. It's Felix forehand into the backhand of Shelton. To the forehand of Felix. Shelton with the slice. Felix forehand inside out. Great shot. Shelton with the pass. Goes long. That would have been crazy though. Love 15. I think I might watch Raging Bull. I think that's what I'll watch. Love 15. Serving to the forehand of Felix. Felix in the net. 15. Oh. $15 By the way, Shelton's average first serve speed in this final set is way faster than the first two sets. His serve in this final set is massive. As that goes out by Felix on the return, he's averaging 215 kilometers a first serve. In the first two sets, it was 200. Yeah, Ashley, I think you're getting confused. Serve is a fault. Glasspool and Cash didn't win the event. They won the world number one trophy. They didn't win the tournament. So that's why they're still playing. Like if Alcaraz wins tomorrow, he'll get a trophy, but he won't have won the tournament yet. They finished world number one. That's different. All right, 40-15. Shelton serves an ace. All right. 5-5. 5-all. By the way, chat, don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't already, we've got 4 hours until we watch Sinner versus Zverev. And I tell you, that has potential to be the same as that match we watched yesterday with Fritz and Alcaraz. It could be epic. So make sure you watch that. It could be a season-defining match as that goes out from Felix on the forehand. And it's love 15. Love 15. All right, serve again. There's a fault by Felix. Second serve. Second serve is a let. Serve again. As the return goes in the forehand of Felix. Shelton with a forehand to the forehand of Felix. Shelton backhand cross court. Felix gets it. And Shelton backhand again. Felix again to the backhand of Shelton. It's Felix forehand again. The backhand of Shelton. Into the forehand of Felix. Shelton wins the point though. Felix hits it long. Love 30. Love 30. As we get a smash from Felix. Up goes a lot by Shelton. But Felix smashes the second one away anyway. 15-30. 15-30. First serve's a fault, second serve. Serve in the back of Shelton. 4 now from Felix. Shelton with a slice in the net. And it's 30 all. Big point coming up here. 30 all. $30 all. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back of Shelton. Forehand for Felix down the line. Shelton hits it long on the forehand. And it's 40-30. $40-30. $40-30. Felix serves again. And it's a fault. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Shelton. Forehand from Felix. Into the backhand of Shelton is Felix forehand again. The backhand of Shelton. Felix backhand to the forehand of Shelton again. Felix backhand to the backhand of Shelton. It's Felix with the forehand on the stretch. Shelton again to the backhand of Felix. Now Shelton with the forehand on the stretch. He's in trouble. Slice from Felix down the line. Shelton gets it back, but it's in the net. And Felix holds on. 6-5. Shelton's going to serve to stay in the match again. All right. Great rallies from these two. And they know it's a must-win. These guys have to win. Both of these guys have to win to stay in this. All right. Shelton's going to serve to stay in the match again. All right. Shelton needs to stop thinking about his girl for a second and win this. Yeah, because that's why he is 6-5 in the third set. I'm sure that's exactly right. Good comment. Great comment. Good one. Welcome to the streams, by the way. All right, Shelton's going to serve to stay in the match. And then, like I said, we've got about 4 hours until the next match. Four hours until the next one. Serve. In the backhand of Felix. Backhand for Shelton to the forehand of Felix. Shelton. Backhand again to the forehand of Felix. Shelton backhand again to the forehand of Felix. Shelton with a slice. It's Felix. Forehand again in the backhand of Shelton. It's Felix. Goes in line with the forehand. And then Shelton's forehand goes long. And it's love 15. Love 15. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. As the return goes the forehand of Shelton. Backhand up from Felix. Shelton gets back. Felix forehand to the backhand. Shelton again the forehand of Felix. Shelton with the forehand goes long. Love 30. Love 30. Serving to the backhand of Felix. Shelton with the forehand is winner. 15-30. 2-2-2. That's it. All right, 15-30. Serving to the backhand slice of Felix. Shelton with the forehand. Into the forehand of Felix. Shelton forehand again. Felix goes down the line, but it's in the net. Ooh, that was a chance. 30-0. There was a chance. I'm listening to you from Colombia. My English is not good, but I love tennis game, and I practice my listening to you. Hey, Sonia, shout out to you, and I don't know any words in Colombian, but thank you. Colombia sounds lovely. I will go to Colombia as part of a South American holiday one day. But thank you for watching. Shout out to people in South America. As with a forehand, into the net by Shelton, 30-40, match point. Do you sleep after this match? I sleep when I'm dead. That was aggressive. I sleep later. I will sleep later. Don't worry about it. Spanish. That's what I said. All right, 30-40. As with a fault, second serve. Second serve. Down the tee. Return goes out by Felix. Deuce. All right, deuce. You said Colombian. You said Colombian. You said Colombian. No, I meant Spanish. As the return goes in the forehand of Shelton. Shelton in the net with a drop shot. Advantage, Felix. All right. Advantage, Felix. To take the win. Serve. Is an ace out wide. Shelton's clutch. All right, deuce. Fifth ace of the final set. He's so many aces in this final set. He didn't serve an ace. I think he's had one ace in the first 2 sets. So in the forehand, Felix return the backhand to Shelton. Felix backhand. Into the slice of Shelton. Felix in control. Forehand again. Shelton gets it, but overhits it. Match point number 3. Advantage Auger-Aliassime to take the win. And to kind of knock Shelton out of the tournament, because unless Zverev beats Sinner, Shelton's out. All right, advantage Felix. Serving the backhand of Felix, forehand of Shelton. As Felix with a slice. Shelton forehand again, the forehand of Felix. Shelton with the backhand. Into the forehand of Felix, and Shelton backhand again. Felix, forehand again to the backhand of Shelton. Felix goes down the line. Shelton's there with the forehand of the stretch. Felix, forehand again. Shelton's there with the slice. But it goes long! And FAA stays alive. And he's fired up about it too. What a match. Great play by both. See, some of the best matches are not going to be, the Alcaraz and Sinner matches. Maybe when they play each other. But these are the kind of matches that they're great. I mean, just sucks we couldn't get a tiebreak at the end of the match. But Felix wins, and he keeps his hopes alive. He'll just have to beat Zverev, and it might come down to Zverev versus Felix in that final match. If Sinner does win today against Zverev, it'll probably come down to Felix versus Zverev. In fact, it will, to see who gets through. But there it is. FAA wins, and he was 2 points away from losing too. It was very close, Shelton, to win that match, but Felix gets it done. Your prediction? You watch my videos. That's so good. Thank you for watching the videos. That's crazy. Appreciate it. Zverev versus FAA was a banger at the US Open. It was. It was very close. Controversial, but is it time for Shelton to get another coach other than his dad? He's too inconsistent. No, he doesn't. Why would he need that? We were talking about this earlier. Shelton is probably the most improved player of the year. So why would he ditch his dad as coach? I think they're doing a fine job. He lost to a top 10 player in the ATP Finals in a very close match. I don't think he needs to change anything. It's only when it feels like Shelton is not progressing and not getting better. But Shelton's number 5 in the world. He's playing the ATP Finals for the first time ever. He lost to Zverev, who was playing amazing, and he nearly made a third set. He was this close. Couldn't get to the third, but that's all right. Zverev's very experienced. And then he loses a 3-set to Felix. Until he starts losing like bad match or goes backwards, right? His ranking starts dropping. Why would he change things? Shelton dropped to number 8 in the rankings. Yeah, what for the start of the week? Still, top 10. By the way, between like 5 and 8 is like 100 points. Actually, no. Between 5 and 9, there's one win will get you. If Demonor wins a match, he could go from 9 to 5 in like one day. So it's a traffic jam. So saying he went down to 8, it's like, yeah, because he lost, because the other guy won a match, right? It's like, it's such a traffic jam between 5 and 9. There's going to be a lot of like changes in the next couple of days, but again, not too bothered. I don't think he needs to change his coach. I think everything's fine until things start going backwards, or until it just seems like he's like plateauing, right? But like we said earlier, he's lost to the Grand Slam champions at 3 of the 4 slams this year, like the eventual champions, so that's not bad. He's obviously one of the best players on the planet because he's, in the ATP Finals. So I don't think there's any need for him to change his coach. There doesn't seem like there's no issue, you know? And some players, if he did get a different coach, may not even respond well anyway. Look at Zverev, right? He plays his best tennis when he's with his family. You know, Rafa was with Uncle Tony for years, you know? Not everyone needs to not have their parent as a coach. Casper Ruud, we never talk about Ruud changing coaches. He's had his dad from the start. So, again, what's the point? You know, there's no need to. You know? Axe.
If Far beats Zverev, and if Sinner beats Zverev and Ben too, does Felix go to the semis?
No. Yes. If FAA beats Zverev and Sinner... Yeah, so if Sinner beats Zverev, it'll be whoever wins out of Felix versus Zverev. So Felix will go to the semis, yes, in that case. Yes. Because remember, Zverev and Sinner... it doesn't matter what happens with Sinner and Shelton at that point. Maybe not replace his coach entirely, but maybe get another one for a brief period, kind of like what Runa did. But why? Like this, I feel like we're just panic. Some people are just panic hiring and firing. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing that tells me that Shelton needs to change anything. Like I don't know why. Like I think we this happens all the time, right? Somebody loses a match or wins a match in a certain way, and it's like, well, that person needs to fire their coach. It's like based off what? That one match. A lot of people panic fire and then panic hire. It's like, oh well, he needs Goran Ivanisevic. Why? For what reason? Until like next year, right? If he starts losing to the same guys or the top 10, he can't break through. Yeah, okay, there needs to be a change. But it's too early to like panic hire somebody and think that change everything. Everything's fine. I wouldn't say that Shelton's looking back at this year and thinking, I really missed some opportunities there. It's like, no, he's had a great year. It's been a successful year. Axe.
If Carlos loses to Musetti and Fritz beats Demon, is Alcaraz out?
I mean, I don't know about Alcaraz being out. Jesus. If Carlos loses to Musetti and Fritz beats Demon, is Alcaraz out? It depends how he loses. So if Fritz wins in straights and Musetti wins in straights, then maybe. That would be crazy, though. But maybe. It would have to be pretty bad loss to Musetti. Felix says 40 hardcourt wins for the year. Yeah, exactly. So there's no reason for Shelton to be disappointed with that. It was just disappointed that he didn't get to the tiebreak. I think that was the most disappointing part. But Shelton, again, first ATP Finals. He played well against Zverev, considering how good Zverev played. He played well today. So I don't think Shelton needs to change anything. I think even if he goes 0-3 this week, I still think that Shelton, it's a good start. Like he's going to play another ATP Finals one day, right? I don't think he's going to disappear and never play again. Yeah. See, I'm much less, and it's not just because he's not Australian, but I'm a Shelton fan as much of a Demonor fan, right? But I don't feel like as devastated because I don't feel like this is as bad of a loss. Because also, I don't feel like Shelton's not going to have another opportunity. With Demon, yesterday was way more painful because his second ATP Finals, he still hasn't won a match, and he also pretty much knocked himself out of the tournament. And I know Shelton can't qualify realistically now, but I think Shelton will make next year, and he'll be here again. Whereas Demon, it's way worse for me to see him lose because it's like the chances are harder, And plus, he's also on a terrible losing streak against top 10 players that I'm sure he wants to cut away and stop. Whereas Shelton, he's been doing fine against top 10 guys. This isn't like the 10th loss in a row and he can't beat top 10. No, he can. It's just that, Felix was clutch at the end, right? And in the tiebreak, right? Like, I'm much less worried about Shelton than I am about Demon, And not worried about Demon, but just worried that, just concerned that he's not going to, that what is next, right? How does he get better? Whereas Shelton, you can go, oh yeah, he should do this instead of this, and the serve needs to be working a little bit better at certain times, and like Shelton's got room for improvement. You can see where he could improve. Whereas Demon, you're like, shit, he's playing as well as you think he can. I mean, he can't do much more. Demon, he's literally. It feels like Demon's reached his peak. So when he loses a close one like that, you're like, damn it, like it's like he's at the peak right now, and he needs, like, those losses are even more devastating. Just like the US Open losses against Felix. That was such a shit loss such a hard loss because he is playing the best tennis of his career, and he's at his limit, it feels like. He's not going to get a bigger serve from nothing. He's like, so that's why it's harder when Demon all loses these kind of matches. Whereas Shelton, you're like, oh yeah, he just needs to serve a little better in a tiebreak, and he would have won that match, right? He serves better in the tiebreak against Zverev, and he wins that second set, and then we got, So Shelton, I'm not worried about Shelton as much, and he doesn't need a new coach. WTL is happening this year. Yeah, apparently it's happening in India. I heard that it was happening in India. By the way, chat, if you haven't signed up, make sure you sign up to collect your collectible, or claim your collectible for today, but also to go into the draw. You've got to make sure you do it every day. If you haven't been here all week and this is the first time you're hearing about Trace, so they have been doing this for a couple of tournaments now, where you click the link, you sign up. It's free to sign up. It's just an email, easy, and then you go through and you pick who you think or who you want to win, not who you think's going to win, just who you want to win. Who are you going for? We're going for Felix, going for Shelton. Are you going for Zverev tonight, or are you going for Sinner? You make your choices. The choices don't matter if you get it wrong. It doesn't matter. And then you claim your prize for the day. And if you haven't claimed your prizes for the day, make sure you do, because you've only got about 7 hours, 6-7 hours to do it. So make sure you do that. And if you do it over the tournament, if you do it for a certain amount of days, anywhere between 1 day and 8 days, you could win prizes. So if you only do it for 1 day, you still could win a prize. And those prizes are like players' gear, right? So like tennis rackets. I think Demonor's tennis racket is one of the prizes. Fritz's headband, Fritz's shirt, Sinner signed shirt, tennis ball, signed tennis balls. There's also ATP Finals merch as well. So make sure you sign up and support to support the channel as well. It supports the channel. All right. So yeah, we got 3.5 hours till the next match. When was Zverev and Sinner? Yeah, 3.5 hours, Zverev and Sinner. In India, where? I don't think they've announced the dates or anything. But I heard it was. I saw an ad. I saw it for it that is moving to India. Pardon me. But I don't think they've got the roster yet. I saw an ad. I literally saw something for it the other day. I don't know if they're playing it this year. Maybe they're not playing it this year. Maybe it's next year that they're gonna come back next year with it, play it in India. But I definitely saw it. I saw it. When did I see it? All right, here we go. They're gonna. I don't think it must not be happening this year. Maybe it's happening next year. They're going to relocate it to India next year. Greatest show on a tennis court has a new address. It's in India, but they don't give out the dates. So again, I don't know when. When is this happening? But yeah, apparently they're coming back. It's just an exhibition tournament if you don't know what it is. We should do a hangout stream sometime after if you feel like it. We should do that. We'll do that in the off season. We'll do that in the off season. I feel like these 4-hour delays are like rain delays. I wish I had planned stuff for them so we could treat them like a rain delay and actually fill in the time. But I don't have thing to do. So maybe next year. Next year I'll remind myself that the schedule is a bit annoying. So try and do something. Open some cards. I have no cards to open right now. Oh, by the way, chat, with the link, the trace link, look, they've got the new. I love these. These are looking so sick this year. And then somebody signed it. I don't know. I can't zoom in, but look at that. That's crazy. So that was yesterday's. So if you get a different one each day, and they are different too. They're all different. But we did this last year. If you remember last year, we were going through these last year. They look crazy. The feast cards were fire. Yeah, we might do more of that next year. I just got to figure it out. All right, but I'm going to sign off and send you to the next one. We've got Sinner versus Zverev coming up in about 3.5 hours. So that's fun. So jump on over here if you haven't already and talk amongst yourselves. And we'll be back to watch Sinner Zverev, which hopefully will be just as exciting as the Shelton. Not the Shelton match, well, this match, but also just as exciting as the match between Fritz and Alcaraz yesterday, which was crazy. So hopefully it can be close, as good as that, if not better. I don't know how, but they could try. But Felix wins, keeps himself alive, 4-6, 7-6, 7-5, and he beat Shelton. Pretty much knocks Shelton out of the tournament, unless Shelton beats Sinner, which is going to be very hard to do. But Felix stays alive in the tournament, and he could make the semis still if certain things go his way. So make sure you join us. 3.5 hours. I'll see you then.